Hello and welcome to the athlete briefing for the first ever SunSmart Busselton 100 as part of the SunSmart Busselton Festival of Triathlon. Athlete check-in will be available at the listed times. Check-in outside of these advertised times is not available. To complete athlete check-in, you must present in person with photo ID and your e-ticket. You'll collect your race pack that will contain all necessary items for the event. Your athlete wristband that's part of your race pack will be required to be worn at all times, including while completing bike check-in and bike collection post-event. Once you've collected your race pack, proceed to the timing desk to confirm your details are correct. If you have any race-specific questions, please see the staff at Athlete Services located at check-in. Technical officials will be available on Friday the 29th of April between 12 to 1 p.m. and 4 to 5 p.m. for your questions. All athletes must comply with current Level 1 health measures. Please ensure you wear a mask to athlete check-in and maintain social distancing. Bike check-in will only be available on Friday the 29th of April between 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. If you've completed check-in on one of the previous days, please ensure you plan your travel to Busselton, leaving enough time to complete bike check-in. Bike stickers must be attached prior to racking your bike. Do not modify these in any way. Bikes with modified stickers will not be allowed to access transition. Technical officials will conduct visual inspections of the bike at entry to transition. Remember, bikes cannot be removed from transition on race morning. A bike mechanic will be available on site at the expo areas on Friday the 29th of April for paid servicing and parts. A mechanic will be positioned in transition on race morning for emergency repairs only, 5:30 a.m. until 7 a.m. There is no on-course mechanic support. Race morning. Transition is open from 5:30 to 7 a.m. for competitor access only. Please enter transition with your helmet correctly secured for checking by our technical officials. Bags and bike pumps must be removed from transition and placed into bag compound located at Athlete Recovery. The athlete bag that is provided at check-in is the only permitted bags into the compound. KDK Family Law 2 km swim. The 2 km swim consists of a 1-lap course. Individual athletes have 1 hour and 15 minutes from their start time to complete the course, and team competitors will have 1 hour. The start will be within age group waves, with a rolling beach start, adjacent to the Busselton jetty. Athletes will head alongside the jetty for approximately 750 metres. When approaching the red swim can, athletes will veer in a northeasterly direction for another 250 metres. At the next red can, athletes will make a turn to head southeast for 250 metres before making a final direction change at the last red can to then head directly to shore for the remaining 750 metres. Yellow cans will be used as cider buoys to guide you along the swim course. Your supplied swim cap is compulsory and is allocated to your age group. If you miss your start time, you can commence your race within another wave, but the start time will not be corrected. We ask athletes to be on the beach 15 minutes prior to their swim start. Your wave will be marshalled and then called into the starting area. Ensure you enter the starting area by following the marshal's directions. This ensures you cross the timing mats and are recorded as a starter. The rolling start will require athletes to self-seed within their wave start. 6 athletes will depart every 6 seconds. Ensure you follow all directions of race officials at the start line. If you require assistance within the water, please signal to our water safety team. If you can see someone in need of assistance, notify water safety. Keep an eye out for other swimmers, making sure you swim around them if passing by. If you do withdraw during the swim, please hand your timing chip to the volunteers at Bag Compound. Information relating to wetsuits is available in the Athlete Guide. The final decision on wetsuits will be promoted on race morning in transition. All race rules can be found on the event website. In particular, please note, take a moment to familiarise yourself with the rules of the event. Water safety and our medical teams have the right to remove an athlete from the course if medically necessary. Your safety is our #1 priority. Any athlete that has not correctly completed the swim course will be disqualified. Transition 1. Swim to bike. After you exit the swim leg, you'll pass through the showers into transition. Discard your swim equipment only at your bike and be mindful not to interfere with another competitor's equipment. Ensure your helmet is fastened prior to removing your bike. Your race number is optional for the bike course. For teams, the cyclist will wait with their bike. You may have your helmet on while waiting. Exchange the timing chip, ensuring the cyclist secures it to their left ankle. Proceed to the bike exit to commence your leg. Pedal Mafia bike leg. The Pedal Mafia bike course is a 2-lap 80km cycle along Geograph Bay and the CHUTE forest. The bike leg exits the transition area at the southern end onto Marine Terrace before turning left onto Carey Street, followed by a right turn into Geograph Bay Road. Cyclists will then follow the coastline to Gurin Street, turning right onto Navigation Way, followed by a left-hand turn onto Lehman Road. The course continues along CHUTE Drive for approximately 8 kilometres, where you'll complete a U-turn and retrace the route back to the Lehman Road roundabout, turning right. Heading back to Busselton along Lehman Road and continuing straight onto Peel Terrace. Take a right turn at Carey Street and then a left turn into Marine Terrace back past the event site. You'll complete a U-turn at Brown Street roundabout and commence lap 2. Cut-off times will apply to the cycle course. Individual and AQUABIKE athletes will have 4 hours and 45 minutes total race time. Team competitors will have 4 hours and 30 minutes total race time. Ensure you keep left while on the course, unless overtaking. Be aware of passing riders. Caution is required on Geograph Bay Road as the road will be shared with the run course. This event uses the 12-metre draft ruling. You may walk your bike if necessary, but cannot make progress without your bike. Shoes and clothing must be worn at all times. Dispose of your bidons and rubbish only in the designated disposal zones at the aid stations. Failure to do so will result in a red card. Athletes who do not complete the entire course will be disqualified. This event is conducted under the 12-metre draft ruling. This means an athlete must maintain a distance of 12 metres from the front of their wheel to the back wheel of the rider in front of them. An athlete draft distance may only overlap in the following circumstances. When passing an athlete, your pass must be completed in 25 seconds. For safety reasons, for an aid station, for leaving and entering the transition area, and for making an acute turn. The following penalties apply during the bike course. Drafting, blue card. Blocking. Athletes must keep left at all times to avoid blocking other competitors. This will result in a yellow card. Illegal pass. Passing on the left-hand side is dangerous and may result in a blue card. Littering. Blatant littering outside designated littering zones is a red card. If an athlete receives 3 blue cards, this may result in a DQ. Infringements carry the following penalties. A blue card is a 5-minute penalty at the penalty box. A yellow requires a stop-start penalty at the penalty box. If you receive a red card, you can continue to race, but it will be addressed by the race referee at the finish line. It will likely result in a DQ. Any abuse towards officials will not be tolerated. The bike course has 2 penalty boxes. One on CHUTE Drive on the outbound lap and one on Carey Street on the inbound lap. If you're given an infringement, you must stop at the next penalty box on the lap you're completing. It's your responsibility to know penalty box locations and not abuse officials at the penalty box. Please note, public urination is a disqualifiable offence. There are 2 aid stations on each lap of the bike course. All collections are on the left-hand side. Water and Coda electrolyte will be provided at the aid stations in the following order. Coda electrolyte will be placed in the blue bottles, with water in the yellow bottles. Toilets will be located at the aid stations. Ensure you dispose of your bidons in the designated area. Use caution as you pass through the aid station. Call out to the volunteer which product you'd like to collect. As you complete lap 1 of the bike and make the U-turn at Brown Street, move to the right hand side of the road to commence lap 2. Watch for merging athletes who will be exiting transition on your left. At the end of lap 2, after you've completed the U-turn, move to the left hand side of the lane as you prepare to dismount and re-enter transition. Transition 2, bike to run. You must dismount your bike before the dismount line. Return your bike to your allocation and ensure it's racked before removing your helmet. Ensure your gear is left only at your bike. Don't forget your race bib, as this is compulsory on the run course. Teams will complete the changeover at their bike rack. The cyclist must rack their bike first, then exchange the timing chip with the runner. The runner must have their face bib facing the front prior to exiting transition. If the team cyclist doesn't make the cut-off time, the runner will be allowed to start, but the team will be recorded as a DNF. For those athletes taking part in the AQUABIKE, please remember you need to complete the 350 metre walk-run to the finish line. Rack your bike and remove your helmet. Ensure you put on your race number facing the front. You must wear shoes for the trip to the finish line. Your time will be recorded as you cross the finish line. Keep on running 18 km run. The Keep on Running 18 km run takes athletes on a 3-lap course along the Busselton foreshore. Athletes will exit transition heading east in an anti-clockwise direction. After exiting transition, athletes will take a right-hand turn onto Milne Street, followed by a 180 U-turn, then back up Milne Street to turn right onto Geograph Bay Road. Passing the atmosphere of Club Alley, athletes will stay on Geograph Bay Road for approximately 2.5 kilometres before making a U-turn onto the coast path and head back towards transition. Athletes will make another U-turn off the coastal path back onto Geograph Bay Road near the transition exit. At this point, athletes will be provided with a lap wristband. You must collect 1 band each time you pass this point. After collecting your 3rd wristband at the completion of 3 full laps, athletes will continue past transition and right onto Milne Street for a 4th time. You'll need to move to the right hand side of the chute, continuing straight past the U-turn and then turning right into the finish chute. It's the athlete's responsibility to ensure they have completed all 3 laps and collected all 3 wristbands. Use caution on Milne Street, making sure you move to the left if you're continuing your laps and move to the right if you're headed for the finish line. Your race number is compulsory on the run course. At all other times, keep left while on the course. Please note, we'll have para-athletes competing in wheelchairs on the same course. Caution is required by all athletes. No form of locomotion other than running, walking or crawling is allowed. Crawling is only allowed in the finish chute, and an athlete observed crawling will be assisted by medical personnel and may be withdrawn from the event. No individual mobile support or non-participation runners are allowed, and adequate non-offensive clothing must be worn at all times. Shoes must be worn at all times. Athletes who have not completed the entire course will be disqualified. iPods, listening or communication devices are not permitted. There will be 4 aid stations on each lap of the run course. Station 1 and 4 is located at the Sea Rescue Building, and Station 2 and 3 at Russell Street. Aid stations will be self-serve. Please be mindful when collecting your drinks. Aid stations will have the following products: water, Coda electrolytes, Coda gels, cola and lollies. Bins will be located at the aid station for litter discard. If you're observed deliberately discarding equipment and rubbish outside the aid stations, you may receive a red card. Toilets will be located at the aid stations as well. Finish chute and recovery. After collecting your 3rd wristband, at the completion of 3 full laps, athletes will continue past transition and right onto Milne Street for a 4th time. You'll need to move to the right hand side of the chute, continuing straight past the U-turn and then turning right into the finish chute. It's the athlete's responsibility to ensure they've completed all 3 laps and collected all 3 wristbands. Make sure your race number is on your front for the official finish line photos thanks to Finisher Pics. Only competitors will be allowed in the finish chute. You'll be disqualified if you bring children or supporters into the chute. Team finishers can join the rest of their team by meeting them at a team meeting point located at the exit of transition. Remember, all team members need shoes on the run course. Once you've finished, place your timing chip in the tubs provided. If you withdraw during the event, please hand your chip to the volunteers at the bag compound. If you do not return your chip, you'll be required to pay the replacement fee. Move through to athlete recovery. Remember, only competitors are allowed in this area. Recovery products include Coda electrolyte, fruit, cola and water. Athlete recovery will be self-serve. We ask you to please collect your recovery products, then proceed towards the exit. Our medical team is located within recovery should you require any assistance. Thanks to our physiotherapy partner, Star Physio, you can pre-book your post-race massage. Head to our website for all the information. Fees apply for massage services. Bike checkout will open once the last rider has completed the bike course. You must have your wristband and/or race bib to collect your bike. Presentations will take place during the afternoon. Awards will be given out at the first available ceremony time once all recipients of the category have finished. Our event would not be possible without the assistance of over 500 volunteers. Thank you to everyone who dedicates their time to making this event possible. Remember to say your thanks to the volunteers when you're out on course. For any additional information relating to the event and rules, make sure you read the Athlete Information Guide. Our friendly staff will be on hand at all athlete check-in sessions if you do have any other questions. Thanks so much for listening. Good luck, and we hope you enjoy your experience at the 2022 Busselton 100 and SunSmart Busselton Festival of Triathlon.